challenge for myself. I'm gonna try to film something right now, edit it real fast, upload it today, because I noticed that a habit of mine is that I will tend to self-censor and refilm the same videos or similar-ish over and over again, and then either I don't post, or my cats are being crazy, or a number of things happens. I am trying my best to conserve my energy right now as well, because I am just feeling burnt out, which is what I think I'm going to be talking about today. Yeah, I got to a point this week where I was like, you know what? I need to just have a pity party, and I need to stop trying to look for the silver linings in everything, because I'm starting to feel just like insane. It's been incredibly exhausting. I have had a lot of like financial crises month after month. Knock on wood, so far we're doing okay this month, but it basically oh my gosh, is there still a bee in the house? I'm having bees in the house. I'll be right back. Okay. I have had multiple bees in the house today. I'm not sure why. I swear, if my cat is looking at another one right now. Oh God, I had ants in my apartment a couple of days, well, yesterday as well, a couple of days ago. So I've had to be absolutely meticulous with keeping everything clean, making sure I don't leave out the cat food. But yeah, the bees are new. The bees are just coming around today. I'm not sure if it's because of the weather changes, because it has actually been more rainy and cloudy or whatever, which almost never happens in Arizona. I'm not sure. I looked up the ants though, like in my little spiritual animal card book, and it was talking about how ants are a symbol of community, a symbol of persistence, hard work paying off, patience, etc., etc. I know bees are supposed to be like abundance, which I mean, they might be coming because I made like a simmer pot, trying to do a little bit of a money manifestation sort of thing with that too. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, I'll have to look that up in a bit. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I feel like any of the time that I've had to myself, I've just wanted to watch Gilmore Girls, which has been amazing. And oh gosh, you know what? I'm just like, where do I even start with things? Let me just finish my sentence. But basically, any moment that I have to myself, I'm either cleaning and organizing things in the apartment to try to make it feel nice and clean, or I am just vegging out. I have so little motivation to move forward at this point, and that doesn't mean that I'm still not doing a lot within the context of all the things that I'm doing right now, but like, I'm just saying I'm kind of like in an on and off mode right now, and I don't love it. And I don't love having to constantly be worried about money. And I don't love, like, I want to spend more time with friends. And it's not that I haven't been at all, but I would like to do so more, and I would like to do so while not having to feel, I don't know, like, there just been a lot of times where I haven't been able to be as present. There's a lot of reasons, and I'm just gonna share a few today, but I have been so exhausted from being on this treadmill of having financial crisis after financial crisis every single month this year. And a lot of them have been really big things. Like, I've had car stuff happen 3 different months. I have had to take my cat to the emergency vet. Around the time of when I made like the last video, there's so many things, and it's been exhausting to keep up with. I want to go to the eye doctor. I want to get my hair cut. In order to cut my hair, I've literally just been finding the split ends like this. I do have hair cutting scissors, but just like sitting watching TV with a bucket and just trying to find as many split ends as possible, because I want my hair to stay nice, but like, I don't want to have to actually go through the process of truly trying to cut it myself. But these are just things that have been challenging and tricky to plan around. Oh my gosh, My cat is like looking over there. I need to see if there's bees again. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, apparently I still have bees and I just saw my cat like staring under the front door, and suddenly there was a bee in the apartment, which to me means that they're coming from under the front door. The ants are coming from the sink, and my place reeks of citronella, which is so... The freaking irony. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I tried to make a nice simmer pot. This was after the ants, by the way, but I think that's maybe why the bees are coming in here, because I think they smell the sweetness from the simmer pot. There's cinnamon, there's orange, and star anise. I don't know. I'm guessing that's why they're coming in here. I don't know why else they'd be trying to come in here, but I'm trying to make things feel nice. And it's like, I can't even relax in my own apartment. Like, what do I do with that? I don't know. Like, I'm feeling insane. No, I'm fine. It's been a lot to keep up with. I mean, to just share how crazy it happened to get for me. This past month, I got down to $10. So it was about 5 days before I was supposed to get paid. I had $30 and I was like, crapola, this isn't great. I went and looked in my pantry and I was running out of almost every food possible. And I'm like, this extra like isn't good. Like, how am I gonna last the next several days? Happened to give a tarot reading that weekend, and my bestie ended up giving me $5. But before that, I had to go to the grocery store, and I had to, by the way, if you hear the cat's toys, there's a flopping fish over there. I'm too many things. Anyway, my cat is still staring by the front door. I've put a towel there and I've put citronella. So I swear if they still find a way to get through. I had to plan out every single ingredient, like what I was going to buy and how I was going to use it. And I was able to do a lot with it. Like I made pasta, I made the marinara sauce from scratch, I made bread from scratch, which are not new things for me. Like, I've done those plenty of times before. I had like the Daya mac and cheese and then like the Annie's chili, and those were like 2 separate meals, and I steamed broccoli and stuff. Honestly, that sounds good. Maybe I should get some of that stuff, have that tonight. I might like that. That sounds really good. We'll see. That was a little bit more of the splurgy sort of thing, because the Daya mac and cheese and the chili are a little bit more expensive. I got through it. I made chocolate chip cookies. Those weren't as good. I think I got sick, and I think I got sick from those specifically. Plus just like the general stress, like my gut was just not feeling great, because it sucks to be at the very bottom of what you have and to not know for sure something else is going to come up. And I mean, I even had like half a tank of gas, and I'm like having to think about how to use that. And I don't know, like I feel weird for sharing this stuff and sharing about how hard it is. The last thing I ever want to do is be like, oh, I'm a victim, woe is me. But also, like, I know that so many people are suffering so much more than I am. Like, there are so many things that have been working out. Right now, I'm living in a 2-bedroom apartment alone because my roommate moved out to move in with her boyfriend, and I don't have to pay any extra in rent. I'm paying the same that I paid in rent. I'm gonna have to pay double utilities, and that's been really scary because I was just barely making it before when my roommate was here. So it's been hard. And like I said, there are other things that I'd like to buy, other necessities that I'd like to tend to, but we're doing the best that we can. I don't know, like, it is what it is at this point in time. There are a lot of other things that are working out really well right now too. Like, I'm going to be starting to record my music starting next weekend. I have a burlesque show tomorrow, reviving an act that I've done in the past, and told our director about where I am with things and kind of insisted on getting paid a little bit more than I normally would, which is gonna help out. I mean, it's not a lot still, it really isn't. It will get me a little bit more groceries, let's put it that way. Things are working out, and I feel like I've been trusting each time I've had a hurdle, but I'm starting to kind of get to the point where I'm tired of it. Like this was the first week that I just was like, I don't want to try to look at the silver lining anymore. Not indefinitely, like, and it's something that definitely helped me so much as I was going through all of these different changes. Oh yeah, another big thing is I don't have Wi-Fi, so I've either been going to parking lots or going to either my origins of work, or, you know, sometimes I am able to get like a free trial every once in a while for an hour of an internet service that is around here that I will not name, and that has been really helpful, but you only are supposed to do it, I think, once every 30 days. And you only get an hour. I have gotten more than that, and also you can do it on multiple devices. So I have used that to my advantage, and I wanted to make a whole nother video on just being resourceful, because yeah, the other thing I was gonna mention is like I have the Gilmore Girls DVDs right now, which I've been able to watch because a friend loaned it to me. And I do think that some of this stuff has worked out really wonderfully. Like I have appreciated spending more time with friends when I am in person with people. I feel like I've been able to be more present and stuff. Like there have been a lot of silver linings, and I don't want to override that whatsoever. But this week in particular, I just got tired of the moment something was going wrong, feeling like I had to go through the gratitude list, feeling like I had to, you know, remind myself of the silver linings. Like, it helped me get through a lot of the chaos and a lot of the needing to go to the next step sort of thing. And if anything, maybe things calmed down just enough this past week to where I was able to actually assess things a little bit more. I don't even want to say more honestly, because it's not that it was performative, because there can be toxic positivity, which I'm well aware of, and I really, really try not to do. And I don't feel like that's where I was. I feel like I genuinely was trying to look at the opportunity in every challenge that I was presented with. And at the same time, there just came a point this week where I'm just like, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Like, I don't know how much longer I can keep telling myself that things are okay, that things are going to be okay, that it's all working out, that there's an opportunity to be resourceful and whatnot. Maybe things don't come through in the way that you expected, but they are going to come through regardless, right? Like I said, the DVDs are a great example of that. I also, like, one of my other friends loaned me Van Helsing, because I told her that I watch Van Helsing every year around Halloween, and that it's been like a fun little tradition of mine. And I didn't have the DVD with me, and so she's loaning me this so that way I can still fulfill this little tradition that I have for myself. And so, like, that has been the message that I really initially wanted to share. Like, I really wanted to make a video, which I still can, but like, I wanted to share about, like, here's all the ways in which I've been resourceful. And isn't that like the point of being a really good artist, is being able to look at the tools that are in front of you and to create something out of nothing? And I still believe that. I just also want a break. I just also want to be able to have the luxury to focus on the things that I really want to focus on art-wise. And I feel like I've been trying to make the tarot stuff work, and it's been fun, but I'm also getting exhausted of sitting at a chair for hours and hours and not giving readings. So I decided that today I'm going to be going in and I'm going to be saying that I'm going to do one day less of that, because I'm typically there like three times a week at this crystal shop, and I love being there so much. But I just need some time to pour back into myself. I need energy to pour back into myself. I have been granted this beautiful apartment, which that'll be a whole nother video. There's not a whole lot of furniture. I'm in the furniture space right now. I'm leaving the living room to just be a dance floor. I have good ideas of how to use this space in the meantime. I'm also only here temporarily because the reason that I don't have to pay anymore is that my landlord's going to be selling it. So come February soonest, I'm going to have to figure something out. It could be a little bit longer. I don't know. And I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of trying to plan things too. I'm like, you know what? Let's just see where we end up. Let's just see where I'm taken next, because if anything, I have learned through all of these trials that even when things are looking gross and ugly and terrible and scary, it will work out. It will continue to work out. I think I'm just kind of like, hey, listen, universe, I am trusting. I'd like to stop getting all of the tests to ask whether or not I'm trusting, because I'm done. I'm done. Like, give me my era where I can thrive, and give me my era where I can build myself up so that way I can eventually be in a position where I can be of service to others and not allow others. Oh, gross. That sounds gross. Ew. I'm not trying to give anybody permission. You can have your own permission. I'm there to support, but ew, sorry. Anyway, I was just gonna say support others in their endeavor in trying to grow and be able to have some sense of peace, fulfillment, satisfaction, etc., etc. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that looks like, but I'm tired. I want to quit teaching so badly. I feel so muted there. I feel like half of my personality is allowed to come out in that space, because I'm constantly trying to be so aware of things that I just quite honestly don't want to have to be aware of. I am constantly trying to make sure that my language is curated in a way that is making others feel comfortable, and that can be a good thing, but it is to a point where it is just I don't know, maybe it sounds dramatic, but detrimental to my well-being. I'm just tired of having to perform. I'm tired of having to show up in a certain way and people please. Trying to figure out how to morph myself to make sure that I can make others feel comfortable. While I think that there, again, can be a lot of silver linings that go along with that, I just want to express in a form that is more raw and more honest. And I don't know what that looks like right now. I know that I just need a little bit of room to breathe, so that way I can figure that out. So that's where I am with things. I would love to say that I'll have the energy to continue to make more videos and maybe share more of those things like I was talking about being resourceful and just some of the other things that have come up recently, but also in the vein of trying to be conservative with my energy. I don't know how often I'll be making videos. I just happen to have the space and the inspiration to really want to do it this week. I don't know what the hell's next, but I just know that I need space to be a little bit more myself, because there are parts of me that just feel like they're missing right now. And I know what that looked like in the past, in chapters where I felt a lot more free and liberated to express. And I have ideas about what that looks like now and going forward, but I'm also open to discovering new parts of myself that maybe I don't know are there yet. So that's where we are with things right now. Maybe I'm speaking about things a little bit vaguely. Hopefully there's some sort of consistency within the thread of this video, but I'm just sharing the update. So that's where we are.